Hi, I'm Natasha Lockhart. Welcome to Studio Chatter. February is that love month, and we've got topics that are sure to please.
I'm Stacy Beck. We'll visit with Miss Spanish Fork about her Dare to Love tour.
And I'm Angie Murphy. We'll talk about what those Spanish Fork High Dromadons are up to.
And we'll learn how to improve your love relationship. That's all coming up on Studio Chatter. Welcome to Studio Chatter. February has surely started with a shiver.
Oh, but at least February's here and January is over.
Yes, January.
It's a long month anyway, like day-wise, but it really was a long month.
Yeah.
A great month, but a full month, I feel
It's like
for
a
us.
long year.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, this winter
This
is
already
just dragging out. Huh?
2023.
Right?
Yeah, winter has been long, guys.
And bitter cold.
Right?
My
It's
word.
been
Yes.
like 19
Wet.
degrees when I leave to work, 12 degrees.
Yeah.
Icy.
Yeah,
It
really
is.
icy.
Yeah. Oh.
Poor us.
I know, poor us.
Well, Groundhog Day is tomorrow, guys, so let's hope that, he sees his shadow?
I think so.
Isn't that what we want?
Is that what it is?
So no more winter?
I don't even remember what way it goes.
Well, we gotta look that up.
Right? Yes.
Well, we are lucky because Big Brat Boutique
Sponsored us.
sponsored all of our clothes, which we'll talk more about
Yes.
when
Yes.
they're sitting here with us, but we're lucky.
Yes.
Super
It was
lucky.
fun to go into their
It
new
was.
store.
New
It was
clothes,
darling in there.
yes, always makes me happy. Retail therapy is always the best,
Oh,
right?
I probably spent like 45 minutes in there just trying on lots of things. I was the only person. It was right towards when they were closing. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, take your time.
Oh.
So kind.
That's
so it was
awesome.
Best
fun.
time of year because
Yep.
you're always kind of transitioning, looking forward to spring,
Yep.
new fashions, but then it's kind of still yes,
wintry.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're still looking at sweaters
in
a bit.
between.
Yeah, I love
And we
all of
have
that.
a feeling that it's going to be still a
I
wet,
think,
cold
yeah,
winter.
we'll
I
have
bet we have a
6
couple
weeks.
months of
It's fun to layer.
sweaters and yeah,
To bundle.
which
Yeah.
your layering looks
Yes,
awesome.
layering. But
Darling.
then get to take it off a little bit
Yeah.
because then you still have the tea.
Yes.
And you can move
True.
into spring, into summer. Love it.
And you
Good
look awesome
choice.
in pink.
Yeah,
oh,
you do.
thank you. I was all about the pink. Like pink
She
is
did tell
very
me that when I went in after.
Yes, I was very set on pink. And pink is very trendy right now.
Is it?
Is it
Yeah.
because it's February?
Probably, right?
Valentine's?
I don't know, but come March, we might be all sporting green.
I'm going to. My
would
bracelets, I
bet on
even
it.
did pink and red.
I did
Oh,
notice that with
yeah.
all of our nails.
Yep.
And yes,
did.
and it is love month for sure.
Yep.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, here we
Well,
go.
did you say you are reading a book?
Are you so impressed?
I'm so impressed.
Yes.
Did you
so
bring it?
I did bring it. Yes, The Spare, or it's just Spare.
I bought it on Audible.
Did you?
Yeah, I have not listened yet, but I'm excited. We've been watching they did, I think it was on, was it HBO or one of the channels did like a special with Meghan and Harry, and I
course.
did watch all that.
Right.
So it intrigued me.
Yes, I would love
To
to
have
hear
more.
your impression.
Yeah.
I heard that they were whiny, just like, wah, poor us. So I haven't watched it,
A
but what
little
was
bit,
your...
but I followed like Princess Diana and like her whole journey through it, and so I feel like if you like bridge the gap between that, I can see why
Right.
Okay.
things happen the way that it did.
I haven't dove
so
into
some
it.
people I could see it being whiny, but I feel like it's a thing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure
I do
it's
too.
real.
Yep.
Well, I have adored her forever and ever. So to maybe hear his side as
Yeah.
the child and watch kind of everything, you know, his upbringing and
Yes.
and maybe his side of it also,
Yeah.
and how his feelings have been like as the spare, you know, the heir and the spare, and maybe how his mom did go away and how he maybe has viewed that, like how her death has affected him. So
Oh, I bet that is interesting.
yeah, so it's been
It's a
interesting.
lot
to-
of different like avenues of his
For
life.
sure.
I feel like
A lot of
Yes.
different layers.
So it's a great read.
Angie,
Hi.
what special event happened on your birthday in January?
I had a special little delivery, which was a grandbaby.
How
on my
awesome. That's
birthday.
right.
It was
Yes,
so dear.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Is that just so special?
It was so special. And the week leading up to it, we didn't quite know when she would deliver. They're going to induce her on Monday, and my birthday was on Thursday.
Okay, that's what I thought you had said.
Yeah, and then they didn't have her on the thing. They're like, your blood pressure is great. Let's try and push you a little bit longer. Well, then she called them on Wednesday, and they didn't have her on the schedule. They had her at like, her old hospital was at Timpanogos, so they had her scheduled there. So then she called on my birthday morning, and they're like, we're going to try and get you in, but you weren't on the books. But so she called her doctor, and she was just like dying. She's like, I'm due in 2 days anyway, but you told me today for sure. So he said, no, like they had, like, I guess, a low supply of the Pitocin. So they were only doing emergency inductions.
Oh.
So they told her she probably couldn't come in, but they're like, come in and get checked.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
You know, whatever. So she goes in there. Guys, she was at 6.5, and the baby was just posterior. She would have had that baby like a week before had she gone in.
Oh my gosh.
So they called me and they're like, Mom, come over here. If you want a great birthday gift, like, come over. And
Were
so
you
I got
kidding?
Yes. Within an hour, we had that baby. And
You're going to have a special little bond, I'm sure.
Right.
Yep.
And they named her.
Emery. Calling
So
her
that was
baby
meant
Em.
to be.
Yep. It was so
Well,
sweet.
that's
And then
so
the next
awesome.
week is it another granddaughter's birthday?
2. So on the 17th is Aspen's, and then on the 20th is Finley's. So we have 4 of us within like
Oh, my
a
word.
week
2
of
weeks.
each other.
A week.
Yeah.
Oh my
12th
gosh.
through the 20th. Yeah, crazy.
Oh
And then
my
my little
gosh.
sister's birthday is on the 25th. There's
So January
was crazy
Even
for
though
us.
it's like a long month, it's like a month of a lot of celebrations.
Yeah. So it was good. It was super
Oh.
good. I just feel like her birth was like last year.
Right.
Like this
There's
month
so
has been
much.
so filled. But
Oh
it's been
boy.
So then you're like, Christmas, and then we get to whatever we missed. Then we get to do
Just start buying in
birthdays.
September
Exactly.
and then
Yes.
just
Oh, that's
shovel
fun.
it away. But so neat. It was fun to hold the little babe again and just
wow.
snuggle.
That's
Yep,
fun.
Really
Congratulations.
fun. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
And then dance competition
Oh
is
my
just
goodness,
here,
right?
right?
Yes, it has been dance, 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 and we're still, we're going to dance our way through the next couple of months. So,
I love it.
yes,
I love that time of
competition
year.
season is here.
good luck to all of you parents out there juggling all these kids' things. It's a
Right,
lot.
yes, and we have a soccer
Us
tournament.
grandparents
so
can just sit back
boom.
and
And just show up.
Just
I
show
was like,
up.
when do we start going to stuff?
Right, we're just
Yeah, I'm
marking the
ready.
calendars, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, well, it's going to be a great show. Next on Studio Chatter, Big Brat is here. Stay with us for more. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. You probably know that one way to our hearts is new clothing, and our friends at Big Brat sure to put smiles on our faces. Let's welcome Kylie Sizem from Big Brat to the table.
A great face for your
gosh.
daughter. I mean, you look darling.
I know we're going to all stand up and share our outfits in a minute, but you've got to as well.
Okay. Yes. You
Yes.
do. Even up to her hair, the little ties in her hair.
Oh, the whole
Darling.
thing.
But
Yes.
before we jump in,
Yes.
I just came to your grand reopening.
Yes.
Because you moved.
We did.
So maybe our viewers don't even know about Big Brat. Tell us kind of the journey and where you guys are now.
So Big Brat has been open for going on 8 years, almost 9 years
Wow.
this summer.
Wow.
So it's been a journey. We started right off Main Street. We just barely moved to our new location, which is 175 East, 800 North.
Is that
so-
where Creative Signs
Yes,
was? Okay,
yes.
so people
Yep,
can make
where
that
Creative
connection.
Signs was, so right off there, off
Which is just fun
800.
to drive by now because
Right.
you have the mannequins
The
and it's
display,
like
yes,
storefront.
uh-huh.
I'm like, oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So the new store is really fun. It's been a huge upgrade for us. We love the new space. It has more space for actual merchandising. We've built in a warehouse. We have fun window displays. Just a big growth step for us, but we're really excited. Big Brat really is, we try to kind of base our core fashion on Western kind of influenced fashion with a little funky, a little casual. So there's usually something for everyone. We have a really fun buying team that's a mix of different ages and styles. So we usually can fit kind of anyone's style that comes in, and that's part of the fun of it.
That's really sums it up well. Because when I went into the store to pick out my outfit, I was like, cowboy, definitely you can have that vibe,
Right.
but everything soft and
Right.
fluey.
Which I kind
Yes.
of have always looked at you guys as country.
Yes.
But then, and you look awesome country today, but then you look at us three and
I'm
none
like,
of us
I
are
look like
country.
Nordstrom or
Yes,
something, right?
yeah,
Right.
yes, and we
Yeah.
love that everyone can kind of come in and find something that they like. If you have
Right.
a funky style, if you have a chic style, if you
Right.
want like a half zip in jeans, we got that too.
Yep,
Yeah.
a little
So
vintage,
awesome.
boho,
Yeah.
all sorts of things.
Yeah.
I love the new store. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really
it's
fun.
so fun. Yeah. it was fun designing it and putting it all together, and then at the grand opening to kind of reintroduce everybody and say, here we are, and with the glam and the sparkles and the neon signs and everything.
Oh, awesome.
Such a fun store.
Well, should we dive in and show off our outfits, and then we'll
let's
go
do
to the
it.
table?
Let's do it.
Natasha, what do you think? Should we start with you?
I knew exactly what I wanted when I stepped inside. I wanted pink, just because, you know, pink.
Yeah.
For
Barbie core, the year of Barbie core.
Well-
pink is the color.
Well, for the month of February, and it was the jacket. Obviously, it's cold, so and it's kind of
love the jacket.
the quilted jacket, and then you know the queen herself. It's Dolly.
And you sent pictures to us, and I didn't
Yes,
see
so
that
it
was
was
Dolly
Dolly.
until
Yes,
today, and I'm
so
like,
Dolly.
oh, that's good.
Yes, yep. So
That was a good
Very
choice.
cute.
And didn't
Yeah.
you have her go in the back to find the jacket or something
yes,
like it?
she found it in the back.
She was
but-
so
Yes,
kind.
and this is one of those styles that will kind of go spring to the summer.
Oh, for sure.
And into the fall. Like you can just play that all year.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
It was a great find.
Kylie, let's do you next.
Yeah.
Okay.
'cause I love your outfit.
The whole look.
Oh,
is
my
fantastic.
goodness.
Yes.
So I love a graphic tee. I wear graphic tee almost every day, but this is something like to elevate your graphic tee, I guess, right?
Yes.
So I love these little layering shirts, kind of like a nod to the 90s, do the short sleeve with the long sleeve underneath. So I love that this one has stars. I'm a star girl. This blazer is absolutely amazing. It has like really great stretch to it, so that's kind of fun. And then a really cute little cowgirl graphic tee underneath, and then you always gotta throw on, you know, your accessories, your turquoise to get it all going. And
I feel like I'll always do
that.
it like too much, but then when I see it, I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. And I love the color.
yes,
too.
yeah, a little high neck with the graphic tee, and then you have pops of it everywhere, just like interesting layers. I love that.
Yeah.
I need a
Is
layer
this a
a lot
layering
better.
tee?
This is a
this?
wild rag, like a scarf. So
Ooh,
you
okay.
you can do so much with these. You can put them on your bags. You can tie it around your belt loop. You can wear it around your neck. Put it in your hair.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Lots of
well,
fun
you look
stuff.
fabulous.
Yeah,
you.
darling.
Fabulous.
Right.
So-
Stace, this looks like a shirt that I would pick out.
Oh,
I totally
it's just,
love it.
It's roomy and just, I think it's awesome for now, but middle of the summer, it's just light,
Yeah.
lightweight.
I love
wear
the
that all
back. Just flowy kind of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really
fantastic.
cute silhouette. Like you can do it with jeans how you did, or you could even do like a skinny too. And
I can see it paired with that jacket that
Yeah.
she's wearing
Oh,
too.
true.
Wouldn't
really
that be
good
fun?
colors. Yeah.
Well, and Stacy Pratt, the owner,
Yes.
was there when I was getting this, and she's like, "Well, grab a pair of earrings." So of course, I grew up in the '80s. I mean, I wasn't born in the '80s. We all know that, but I grew up. So we're matchy, and so I'm thinking something more brown. Or, and Stacy's like, "Oh, do you want to do some turquoise?" I'm like, "Will that look okay?" And so I did get these.
Beautiful.
Oh,
beautiful.
and I
Such
just
a good
love the
choice.
dangles. And I love, so we're going to show these in a minute, but these things that you're,
Yeah.
that- oh my gosh. Just
I mean, hand
yeah.
burned.
yes.
they look
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
right?
many hours
So
spent
fun.
burning
So,
those.
yeah, I love the
Yeah,
earrings
that's
as well.
It's a perfect
Yeah.
pairing.
Turquoise
So-
goes with everything. Turquoise is a neutral.
And
timeless,
jewelry is
right.
great gift giving. If you don't
Oh.
know sizes,
That was a
Jewelry.
gift card or just jewelry
Yes.
in
yes,
general?
yes.
Yeah, love
Okay,
it.
Angie, in your fancy pants outfit.
In my fancy, okay, went in there not thinking that I could
You're
do
too far
this.
away, come
Okay,
back.
My back.
Nope,
my
keep
in.
coming back. Oh, there you are.
Okay, that's an odd angle. Okay, here I am. Anyway, I was like, when I sent this picture, I was like, don't think that it's pajamas. Don't mistake it, but it's,
it's
so fun. And I've layered it with my cute jacket today, but you could just do just about anything with it. It's kind of like a two-piece like that. And then you can tuck, which I love to do.
Yes.
Geez, and then you could layer that thing right up, huh?
Yeah, I put
Yeah.
on a black jacket with it earlier and a vest, and that
Yeah.
was really cute.
So cute.
Oh, Ange, you can pull that off.
Well, it's really cute and little slits on the side. It's a fun
Yes,
look.
I love the slits on the side on that one.
Yep.
I love sets like that because it feels like you're wearing your pajamas.
Yes.
But it's so chic.
Yes.
So it's like the
at
best
work
of
a
both
lot, I'm
worlds.
just sitting, grinding,
Yeah.
but it looks pretty and then it's comfy too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really nice.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, I
thank
love
you.
sets like that. Absolutely. I'm glad you guys all found something so cute.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about these too.
Yeah. So I brought just a few fun accessories. These new boots just came in. I mean, literally
dying over
hours
these.
ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I'm on my way tomorrow to get them.
Yes.
I think
Oh
you
my
need
gosh,
them.
right?
Natasha, you too?
Beautiful.
Yes.
So they're a cowhide, hair on hide, and then they have the tooled leather here on the toe, which is just so cute. And then the conchos on the side too, which are just amazing.
The side is turquoise, which is just popping my eye.
just something even extra. These would be so cute. You could like wear, skinny jeans rolled up so you actually see the full detail. But also if you had flares on and you just saw the toe, so cute too.
They're darling.
I agree.
Great
love
choice.
Yes. And under $100, so they're a great gift.
Which
They're
we were all
We were
pricey.
surprised.
Yeah,
Yes.
They look so expensive. They're beautiful. I've also brought, and we kind of mentioned we call them wild rags, like a scarf. So just a silk scarf. This isn't a larger size. This would be, you can put it in your hair. You can accessorize a bag, put it anywhere on your outfit, tie them on your belt loop. So cute. This I brought in. I have one of these cute little pins just pinned to my lapel here. So they're kind of a fun little just accent. You could put them on a jean jacket. We have lots of fun kind of westerny ones. This one says "Take no bull."
Okay, but that worries me. Like with your jacket, is it going to leave a hole or no?
No. They have like a really thin little, and
It's
then just a
thin
pin.
enough. Okay.
Yeah. So those are really, really cute. You can put them on, like I
can
said,
see it on your
jackets,
little jacket
bags.
too, Natasha.
Yeah, Natasha, that would be fun.
Yes. And then I've brought in a really beautiful, I kind of put this together as a jewelry set.
Ew.
Because I'm all about the layering when it comes to jewelry.
Pretty.
So I
would
have
need
brought
someone to
in
layer.
this horn necklace has been one of our best sellers since we've reopened.
That's
It's
so
amazing.
that,
It's a statement piece, but it's really light. This one's on a really pretty gold chain, and then I kind of paired it with these bronze beads, and then these smaller turquoise and bronze beads.
Oh my gosh.
See, that would be cute with my outfit too.
Yes, it would be.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I brought in a bronze stud earring
Those
to go
are
with
fun.
it. And again, like these things that are on the wooden are the best gifts, like you were kind of saying earlier. They just look really cute. You just throw that in a box and you're ready to go. But these are super, super fun.
And super
I can see
elevated,
that
high
tying
end.
in a little
Yes.
cellophane bag.
Yes,
Get that
so
going,
cute.
right?
Yes, exactly. And I love bronze and turquoise together. And really mixing all the metals. I feel like that's just
Okay.
really fun. Like don't be scared to mix all your stuff
So
together.
like 90s, and I feel like that's 90s.
Yeah.
Like anything goes.
Anything goes.
Lots of layers.
Yeah, like
which is
if
fun.
and our motto at Big Brat is like when you think there's enough on you, you're accessorized enough, add one more piece.
Okay, so I went through that. I'm like, I have a bracelet and earrings. But with this neckline, absolutely no necklace. Now I'm like, I should have put the necklace on.
You could throw on one of those for sure.
Well,
And
we're
this
calling
is
you.
just
Yes, we
beautiful.
love that.
Yes, this bag is beautiful. It's all leather. It's actually a backpack, which is kind of fun. Backpacks are super
Love
in
that.
right
Oh
now.
my
I love the circle kind of canteen shape, and it has, again, that really pretty textured leather with the tooling here, and then you have the hide. Really, really cute. This would be a great summer bag too.
Yes.
Just
Love,
throw
love,
on
love.
like to run
Yeah.
around
T-shirts and a
town or
jean.
go to the rodeo. Any of that stuff. It's a really beautiful bag.
Oh my gosh.
This is making me excited
Yes.
for Western wear
Yes.
again.
Because
That's
right after
Western
Christmas, I was done. I'm like, I do not need anything
Yes.
else. And then the last couple days since I came in, I'm like, it might be time to shop again.
Yeah,
Right?
totally.
You can always find an excuse.
Always.
Thank
yes.
you.
Oh, thank
Thanks
you
for
so
sponsoring
much.
us, too.
Oh, yes.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me on
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Coming up next, the Dare to Love tour. I want to know more about this. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Our next guest truly believes that love is an action word. Let's welcome our Miss Spanish 4, Grace Ahinger, to the table.
Hello.
Hello.
Third time. This
Yes.
is my third mug.
Grace, I think we can get you a full set of 4 mugs before your reign is over.
Oh, I think
Let's
6.
do it. Yes,
I think
please.
6.
I need one. And then maybe we can make like a little permanent spot.
Well,
at
and
the
I hear
table
that you're not
after.
really generous in letting family members drink out of your mugs.
No, I don't like people to touch them. These are special. I keep
yours.
them. I keep them in my cedar chest.
I love
So
that.
I don't even drink.
When
out
you
of
told me
them.
that, I thought I didn't even know people still did the cedar chest.
Yeah. But I've got all of mine, and I get to add another one when I go home.
I have a
We need
special
new
gift
styles.
for you then. I believe when your outgoing gift this year.
She has an idea.
I now have the perfect thing.
Okay.
Maybe another mug from previous generations.
Nope. I
She's got
know
it.
the perfect gift. now.
Okay.
Yep.
So Grace, I'm excited that you wanted to come in because you said you're going to have a busy February. What do you have going on?
Okay, so I have a lot of stuff going on because, as you know, February is love month.
Yes.
Right? And love is That's kind of my thing, right? So
Yes.
it's like perfect. So I'm really excited because I am going to hit every elementary school in Spanish Fort.
Stop it.
And do what I like to call my Dare to Love tour. It makes me feel like a celebrity a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm going to talk to the kids about something that's really important, which is love. Recently, I found a study, and it said that Utah ranked first in like service projects and charity work and charitable donations, which is pretty amazing. Like, way to go, Utah.
Yes.
I believe that.
Yeah, but then Utah was also ranked last when it came to personal relationships.
Really?
So
Yeah.
giving and then not taking care of, like,
Yeah.
Well,
or
that's
Well, what's
somewhere.
missing? I think the love is missing. I think we can always add more love, not only into our service projects, but also in our day-to-day lives, you know? And it's super important right now, especially in today's time, because love can affect all kinds of things. It can affect mental health. It changes politics. There was another study about the pathway to violence, and it said that when someone is on this pathway to act out aggressively, one act of love can change the trajectory of that.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I do too.
And so I think that it's super important that I go around and I spread this message to kids. And I'm gonna do my Dare to Love challenge.
I was going to say, what are you going to
yeah,
chat
yeah,
about?
no, okay.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about this, you guys. Can you tell? Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, so I am going to talk to each school, that's a lot of kids.
How
but
many schools is that? Do you
That's
know?
9.
9,
And
wow.
there's a minimum of 500 kids, I think, in each school. So
You're going to have
Lots
to,
of
like,
kids.
every other day almost be
yeah.
at school.
Yeah,
That's
it is
awesome.
a full schedule. But so I'm gonna give them my challenge, which is to do like a hug, a smile, a wave, and it's gonna be on a piece of paper that they will take home, and then like parents will, whenever the kids do one of those things, they'll sign it off for them. And then they'll bring it back. I'll collect them and I'll count them by class. And whichever kid brought back the most will get a fun prize, which is a pizza party with me, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a lot of extra work. So I'm thinking just going to the 9 elementaries that's a lot.
Right.
But then you're doing a follow-up and counting and then doing a party.
Well, I have
True
to
love about her
reward
love.
them.
Yep.
That's
Such
true.
good kids.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and
Good
then
for you.
I'm also really excited too because I have been learning to interpret a new song, so that's really cool, special for the kids, and
And for us.
and
Will you
for
share a little before you
Okay,
go?
I'd love to. So,
Yes.
do you guys know the sign for love? How? I mean, this is I love you, so yeah,
okay.
that's pretty good.
This?
Oh, that's what I was
too.
gonna
I do this
Okay.
a lot, actually.
Yes, like, gotcha.
Okay.
Okay, no, we
So-
don't then.
Don't worry, I'm here to teach you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so actually, the sign for love is this. Oh. Yeah, kind of interesting.
Okay.
But with this song, the song is actually called I Dare You, and it's saying I dare you to love, which is pretty perfect. But the song, when you say love, you go like this. And so it's like you're opening your chest and you're giving your heart out to people.
Oh, my.
So I think that this is very kind of like yourself,
Yes.
but this is just so much
Giving.
more giving to other people. And I hope that people can really visualize when I sign it, because I think that it's just
That's
so
interesting.
beautiful.
Just doing that, like I could feel something.
Yes, right?
Like seeing
like
that
it made
motion.
you stop a little bit. Like you could feel the motion.
Yeah.
So when you're sharing your
Emotion.
message to the kids, are you performing the song?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll give my little spiel
Okay.
and all that, and then I'll do my little song, and hopefully the kids love
Oh, I
it.
love it
it's so
already.
I think I want to
when you
come
do it.
find you one day.
Do it.
I want to get your schedule.
I will send you my schedule.
I'll
Just
come in.
know, pick an elementary school, and I will be there at some point.
Okay.
I promise.
I'll throw out a couple options.
You've got a couple of
Nice,
those.
that's
But one
awesome.
thing we love about you is that you truly take your job to heart. And you mean what you say, and love is an action word for
It
you.
really is.
And you are just the cutest little busybody. We
Aw,
love
I
everything
really do
about
try.
you.
And I mean, like, this is the month to do it, I think.
Yes.
Like, you see
Yeah,
hearts
this is your
everywhere.
month.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like it's kind of made for me. So, you know,
With your
I've been waiting for this month actually since I was crowned.
So in
That's
about
really neat.
28 days, this month will be over. I know. What do you have on your radar?
I was just going to ask that. What about the rest of
listen,
2023?
listen, you guys. Okay, we're just trying to get through this month.
We just got through January, Grace.
I
We
know,
were
but
just talking about
I
this.
just saw your headshots for that,
Yes.
thing you have coming up. So tell us where you are with that.
Yeah, so Miss Utah is coming up in June. Kind of crazy.
It's going to come like that.
It's
It
already
is.
gone by so fast. It's insane. And so I've just been trying to like mentally prepare. And I think even just like doing things like this with you ladies is a big help to me.
It is,
I mean,
yeah.
this is way funner than anything at Miss Utah because
But
you
it
guys
gets you
are
talking
incredible.
and speaking and
Exactly.
thinking of what you're
and
doing.
so in a way, you guys are like coaching me and helping me out.
Oh boy.
We're preppers.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
But yeah, so I'm really just trying to get through this month, and then I'll focus more on Miss Utah and all the upcoming things, and getting ready to give up
that's
my
so
crown
fun.
and stuff. But like in February, on the 23rd, we're doing a mother's dinner for moms who have kids who have or have had pediatric cancer. And so they're gonna come, it'll all be free. We have a guest speaker, a lot of goodies for them. The Shalon Reception Event Center is being super sweet to donate a free room for the night. And so if you know anyone that you think would want to be there, you can nominate them at my Instagram, which is MissSpanishFork.ut. So you should do that because, the mothers really deserve it. People do a lot of stuff for kids, which is really important, but I think sometimes the moms get overlooked and they do so much for the kids and they go through so much. So I'm really excited for that one too at the end of February.
Well, we will be following the tour.
Yes, please do.
all
I'd love
during
to
the
see
month
your
of
faces.
February.
You're a
Yeah.
beautiful human, inside and out.
Thank you
Grace.
for your
Yeah,
service,
thank
Grace.
you.
So much.
Of course, thanks for supporting
you.
me.
Welcome.
Love you.
Good luck.
Love you.
Coming up next on Studio Chatter, how to get more drama in our lives. Stay with us. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Would you believe me if I said that we could all use a little more drama in our lives? Let's welcome Lex Smith and Grayson Jenkins from the Spanish Fork High Drama Dons to the Chatter. Welcome, guys.
This is only the good kind of drama, right?
Oh, yeah. Hopefully. Yeah.
Okay, introduce yourselves. Tell us just a little bit about who you are and.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm Lex. My parents are Catherine Smith and Jared Smith.
Okay.
I played a lot of baseball in my childhood, but then I came to drama in junior high, and from then on, I've set on my life goal to just get a career in theater and acting.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hi, that's so cool. I'm Grayson Jenkins. My parents are Alexander and Angela Jenkins. Both my brothers, I have two older brothers. They've done theater kind of all their high school experience, but never really got like hardcore into it. So when I was really young, I saw one of their plays. It was Pippin, and it was like a long, long time ago. And I'm like, this is fantastic. I want to
fell
try
in
it
love
out.
with Pippin. Okay,
I did,
awesome.
and it's quite an odd show. Like Bob Fosse is not a normal dude,
Right?
but I don't know. So I started it, and I really just fell in love with, like you were saying. It's
Right.
it's so different than like sports that I had played. It's just a really cool thing.
It's
so.
rewarding in a different
Okay.
way.
It's very rewarding.
Is it more
extremely.
individual? But no, it's more group. But yet,
I mean, it.
but yet you know
Coming
with
like something different, like the character. Is it that?
Yeah,
part
what's
of
the
it?
draw?
What is the draw?
Yeah.
I mean, the draw for me, it all started from like wanting the attention, obviously.
this. Yeah. No,
It started as
I've never heard that, so I would have never thought about that.
Right. Like just starting off, the cheers and like people like saying your name. It was all like really just that's what you wanted to feel, and you didn't quite get that anywhere else. But then as you get into it and you learn more about it, it became like what I can do for people instead of what people like do for me.
The emotion that you can
The emotion
create
that
for
I
them.
can
Yeah.
that I can bring out of other people. That was
That's
just,
Right,
so
that's
cool.
really deep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's this
giving
really
back.
cool kind of unknown just world in theater that I think no one will ever understand, and that's about like the personal catharsis almost of just like when you become a character, there's so much more than just like saying the lines and all this stuff, but you learn more about yourself than you do about the character that you're playing, which sounds crazy.
Yes, that
But
does.
Well, you hear or read that about famous people when they're like, I
Yeah.
really got into this role and like it changed them or something. And I've never understood that, but
Right.
that just
Yeah.
described it.
You like almost become that character for a short time.
And yeah, and for me, I came into high school with a bunch of kind of just like problems. I had a really bad stutter. I still kind of do sometimes, but I stuttered and I just wasn't confident with myself. And you tackle many of your personal issues when you're becoming a character.
Oh my heck.
It's so interesting because that's kind of my draw to it. Is it's just like, if you have a problem like acting, you need to understand where it is, where it comes from, and that comes from yourself. And so it all comes to how can you like uproot these personal problems to perform better. So in the long run, the audience has an
love
awesome show
that.
and they feel that emotion, but then like you understand more about yourself.
You guys
But
are
it's giving you confidence.
really
That's,
does.
that's
I know, it's so good.
amazing,
It's
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's deep. For you guys to realize that at this young age, you're seniors, correct?
Yes.
You graduate this year.
Yeah.
So, right. So we're
Yeah.
just heading into like the drama show season. Could that be accurate?
Correct.
Yes.
It's like oddly a year-round thing, but this is kind of like our
These
our
next
heavy
few months, these are
You're
we're
heavy,
gonna
like
be
you've worked that first
working-
semester and now you're going.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us a few of the shows going on.
Of course. So, you know, like he was saying, that first semester we just had Mamma Mia, and it was an awesome show. Like I think the
Yeah.
most ticket sales we've had.
Really?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did. It beat out our highest-selling Les Mis of 2 years ago,
A few years ago,
and we're like, yeah, woo,
And you
Disney
guys were
record,
both
so-
in it?
Yeah,
Singing?
of course.
Yes.
As sophomores, so
Well,
Okay.
duh.
yes, just finished that show. You know, we have a great audience now. That was our highest ticket sales, so we're looking forward to having the same number of people coming
Keep
to
it
these
growing,
shows
keep
coming
it
up.
growing, yeah.
We have Smokey Joe's Cafe coming up. That's next Thursday is the opening night.
So since this will air for 2 weeks, do you know the date? Would that be?
Yeah, that'll be the
February-
9th.
The 9th through the
February
18th.
Oh, February 9th through
Yeah.
the 18th.
Perfect.
Okay, I've never heard of Smokey
Either
Joe's
have I.
Neither
Cafe.
had I.
Neither have we.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
No
Give us
clue.
a synopsis real
this
fast.
is really cool. This is something I went into knowing absolutely nothing, and even in the first couple weeks of rehearsal, I still knew absolutely nothing. So it's really cool. It's like the world's longest running musical review, and so it means it's like just a whole collection of staged dances and songs, which sounds like crazy, but
Does Lieber and Stoller sound familiar to any of you?
No.
No.
Neither. Like you know,
neither did us. Yeah.
no one knows.
Yeah.
This is a musical
So
collection.
just a collection of music videos per se, of like little
Basically,
tidbits.
and we kind of went deeper in the fact that we'd kind of, this is the hardest stage direction. We had to create a like unknown story behind it to like drive into different scenes. The audience
Okay.
won't like know what's
With
happening,
these
Right, but for you guys,
pop
it
songs.
we
connected
made it
us.
kind of like a fluid thing.
Okay.
This is like Elvis time period. You know.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Lieber and Stoller
songs.
did write some songs for Elvis and some of the
Okay.
big stars of that era.
Okay.
We love
So
that.
if
helps.
they don't know Lieber and Stoller, they'll know like Hound Dog or
Yep.
Love Potion Number 9.
Okay,
yeah.
Jailhouse Rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of hit songs that people will know.
Okay.
Awesome.
And most you won't, and that's but those are the fun ones. Like
Right.
those are the ones I fell in love with. I'm like,
What?
who wrote this?
But I
don't know.
love this.
It was it's a blast.
Awesome. Okay,
So-
then the next one. The SpongeBob, is that?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants
Yes.
the musical. This
Oh,
one does
man.
not sit well with
Most
people the first
people.
time they hear it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think my grandkids would probably love that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
do. They should.
Yeah, again, that was one show. The first time I heard it, I'm like, we're doing what? Like SpongeBob. Yeah, and that took a bit to kind of get into, but there's such a deeper meaning behind it. Again, like there's always like theater, but there's so much behind it. And do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Of course, yeah. No, our director, there's a lot of great shows out there, and he will not like them because he doesn't learn anything from them.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting with SpongeBob.
He chose SpongeBob for that reason. Yeah.
SpongeBob the musical because it's these cartoon characters and they're just silly and ridiculous and stuff and like all cartoonish, but it has one of the most like driven like storyline of hopefulness and optimism
Really?
and just like
It's
family.
crazy.
It's the way that they're able to like take this cartoon and make it this just beautiful story.
Yeah.
And pop artists writing the
music.
songs for the music.
U2, David Bowie, Sarah Bareilles.
Stop it.
John Legend.
John Legend.
Okay, the music's going to be
So
incredible.
every
then.
single
If
song
nothing
is like a
else,
hit
the
number.
soundtrack is so good. So,
So
yeah.
people
And what are
have
you
to see
two
it.
in that one?
SpongeBob and
Bob and
Patrick.
Patrick.
Nice.
And when is this? Do you know?
March.
Okay.
March something.
Second
March.
week of March.
Wow.
We
Okay,
got
we may need to go to that, guys.
You guys
You've
definitely
intrigued me with that one.
And then you have one more.
one more.
Diary of Anne Frank.
That
So-
sounds depressing.
Yeah, a little more
Yes.
serious.
And this is going to be really interesting to tackle because it's like, it's one of those just really timeless stories. And so a high school in Spanish Fork, Utah, you know, like
Yes.
how do we go about that in like a respectful way, but also just like, I don't want to say put in our own, like,
Vibe?
yeah, like, I don't know.
But do what we do, you know,
Yes.
like go into it and not just become the characters and like try to be them, but like just see
Tell
what we
their
can
story
bring to
and-
tell their story.
Where your connection is with the story, with the
Right.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's going to be a smaller cast than usual as well, which would be really cool because it's like this really big space, and you can kind of like show just the pure like isolation of everything. And it's just such
Yeah.
a hard story to tell. But again, like you can't, if you don't learn anything, then what? Like you just wasted 2 hours.
There's a theme this year with all the shows. It's based around family. So
Yes.
through Smokey Joe's, through SpongeBob and Diary of Anne Frank, we're just trying to tell the story of like family and like really bringing everyone together.
Okay.
And it's been fun. It's been an adventure to like really learn about that
Yeah.
and like notice it in my own life.
Yeah.
I love
I
that.
love that you guys pick a theme.
That's
and then
cool.
carry that
Yeah,
out. I think
yeah.
that that's really impactful to the whole probably crew.
Yeah.
Even people that aren't performing to feel like family.
It helps to have
That's important.
to have one thing to build on the whole year because it's
Yeah.
like if you're bouncing around, because we are bouncing around different shows and stuff, but to have this one just common theme is really powerful. I think really cool to build on. So
And I think we are becoming a family in the drama department as we do these together. If they don't have like a safe place at home or any adults that they can talk to, they can come to this drama department
Yeah.
and like this is their family
that's
through
great.
all the other people.
Yeah, I
You guys
really love
have
that.
fantastic.
luck.
Yeah.
It sounds
Thank
like
you
an
so much.
incredible season.
yeah, so
And
excited.
your senior year.
Senior year.
So what are your plans after, really quick?
Yeah.
Plans.
This is crazy. So we had a whole audition kind of season where we went around to, we did what's called a UTA audition, which is like a recorded video audition of just like a song and a monologue that is sent to kind of every theater-focused college in Utah.
Okay.
And then we received a couple of callbacks. We actually went together to Logan at USU,
Oh.
and we got accepted to their BFA program.
Yay! Congratulations!
Together?
Yeah, so we actually
Funny story.
so we've been arranging stuff. We actually both plan on serving LDS missions this next year after we graduate, and then coming to the school in 25.
25.
Guys,
Wow, that is
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
That's
Thank you.
awesome. Thanks
All
for
right,
coming.
and we are offering $2 off online to anybody that buys tickets online to come and see Smokey Joe Cafe first. So
If they,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Go ahead
They
and
buy
use
they
online.
mentioned
If
Studio
they,
Chatter.
yes, they mentioned Studio Chatter. Yep.
Yeah, so it's on.
C-Studio Chatter.
Oh, okay.
Use that code.
On
Capital
Use that code.
C-
Got it.
Studio Chatter.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thanks,
for
guys.
Great job, guys.
Appreciate
Thank you so
it.
much.
Thank you.
We like drama.
Coming up next, we'll get serious about how to create a loving relationship. Stay with us for more Studio Chatter. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Does your marriage need a bit of a reset? Well, get ready for a better love relationship. Let's welcome Charlotte and Robert Snow from Master Your Marriage. Welcome.
Thanks, guys.
The month of love. To be
Right.
talking about marriage. This is so great.
timing.
We should talk about marriage on the month of love.
Perfect.
We should.
Tell us a little.
Yeah.
That was
Tell
it.
us a little bit about yourself. See this great marriage
This
we've
is
got.
this is good, yeah. So Charlotte and I, we've been married 31 years.
31.
Congratulations.
And you would think that it's been all bliss. Like everybody's like, oh, you guys are talking about marriage. It's all bliss, but it hasn't been all bliss. We both were raised in divorced homes, and so we had a lot of patterns that we needed to relearn. And then it sort of just came to us. We're watching our friends, as I'm sure a lot of you have. We're watching our friends' marriages just like blow up, and we're like, what is going on? And then some of our other friends are just in marriages where they're just like, yeah, she ignores me, and it's sort of just this loveless thing, right? And so our mission really is, can we bring back romance and happiness and love, teach these marriages some skills, and one of those skills really is, can we have constructive disagreements? Because if we can strengthen marriages, happy marriages, strengthen the family, stronger children, stronger communities. And there's research from 2018 that actually says that in absentee father homes, you have a higher chance of poverty, higher chance of drug abuse, higher chance of babies out of wedlock, higher chance of going to prison. And can we strengthen the marriage now so that we can maybe prevent some of those downstream things? And that's really where we are.
Okay. It hasn't always been perfect for us. Like Robert said, we came from some chaos in our homes, and his mom was married more than once. My parents were divorced when I was about 10. I grew up with a single mom most of my childhood, and so like Robert said, we had a lot to learn and unlearn, and I felt like we were doing so great on that. And early on in our, years and years ago, there was this point where
I remember
we
this.
were we were driving in a car one night, and we were really at the height of our career and raising kids, and just so busy, kind of going in opposite directions. But we sat in the car one day, and I asked Robert. I said, "Just got a question. Can you remember a time, like an actual specific time, when you felt deeply loved by me?"
Oh boy, that's
That's a
loaded
great question. That is scary.
And
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Scary. Vulnerable.
The car was dead silent, and he thought, and he thought, and he thought, and it felt like 30 minutes later, and I'm like, oh gosh, something is off. Like, even though we've worked on some of those patterns that we grew up with, like we were going in different directions. And so marriage isn't, what we'd like to really tell people is that it's small and simple things that create the biggest impact. It's not, we really don't believe it's hard. It's just doing the right action steps consistently.
And sometimes I've noticed it's when I least want to do it, but that's sometimes when it's most important to just take that one act. I remember last night I did something like that, and it was so impactful, and it was something so small. But it's what he had asked, and I was like, hey, yeah, I did have a little bit of dinner, and I did the dishes, and it was just so impactful. It was such a small act, but I was like, that was really important to him, and I had been disregarding that was an importance for us, right?
Yeah.
Because I was too busy.
Yeah. We always say it's the small and simple things.
Yeah, like Jordan Peterson actually has a great quote, and he's a clinical psychologist, but he says your marriage is strengthened, your relationships is strengthened in the small moments. It's over the dinner table, over the breakfast table, how you say hello, how you say goodbye, what are these, we call these things rituals, just the small rituals, and when you do those, and we know the small things add up to being big things.
Yeah.
It's not the once a year vacation.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are nice. Hey, I'm not arguing, but
But they come and go.
yeah,
really
they come
quickly.
and go. And if you can get in a pattern of learning how to connect, really learning how to connect and create these rituals that you just do, then you're speaking each other's unconscious love language and
So give
learning
us
that
a
as
few
well.
tools, like that we can work on
So-
with our marriages.
Okay, so
Yes,
Because of
please.
course we're blissful and super happy, but
Some of our viewers may want to know more.
Absolutely.
They want to know.
Absolutely,
not
that's the case. Yeah.
well, let us tell you just a little tiny bit about some of the marriage research, because it's quite fascinating. Up until only a couple decades ago, there was no marriage research. There was nothing to really tell us what are the skill sets that we need to be happy in our relationship. Until John Gottman came along. If you've heard of Gottman marriage. Okay, so tell them a little bit about the research that he did.
Oh, geez, the Love Lab?
Yeah.
Oh, he took newlyweds and he stuck them in this, they called it the Love Lab. It was like an Airbnb. And, he put heart rate monitors on them and watched them on the camera, and they just watched them for 24 hours. And they had some predictive information come from this, and one of it really was this thing we call bids for connections. And the one story really was like, oh, she's looking out the window and she says, oh, look at the tree, or look at the boat out there. And if the partner was like, yeah, that looks nice, right? So he missed that opportunity for connection, or he said, oh, that looks really nice. That's midway. Those couples actually did really well. The ones that mastered it,
but
the ones that mastered it were the one where he came over and he was like, oh, look at that.
We should get one of those.
We should get one of those, right? And
even if you're not going to, right?
Yeah,
Just
and
connecting with what's important to them.
At 6 years, he brought the couples back, and he was able to.
Who was married? Who was divorced?
Yeah, who was living unhappily.
Wow.
And guess what? The ones that had been responding to those bids for connection, the amount of times that they had responded to those bids was 84%. The ones that were divorced, they had only responded like 34%. 36% of the time
36%.
they were responding to those bids for connection. So that was a predictor for whether or not a couple was actually going to stay together. And some of the other, he came up with 8 predictors, and he was able to actually predict by watching a conflict conversation with a couple within 10 minutes of watching them interact whether or not they would get divorced or if they would stay together. And he
About
had
94%.
with about 94% accuracy.
Okay.
And one of the biggest things.
What are those?
Yeah, here we go.
So there's 8, and we only have time to name one. The biggest thing, and there were 8 predictors, but one of the things was called the 4 horsemen, and he called them the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And those were criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. And of those 4, contempt was the number 1. It is the biggest killer of
Can you
relationships.
explain what that looks like in a
So
marriage?
criticism and contempt oftentimes go hand in hand, and criticism is when you're making a value judgment about the other
Yeah.
person. It's usually those universal quantifiers like you always and you never and you're so lazy. But when you add contempt to it, it's where I'm speaking from a place of superiority and I'm looking down on you. And it usually has a feel of disgust. Why are you always doing that? With that, it just sometimes it's just the facial.
That's a hard face, too.
It's the
Does that face look familiar?
not anymore.
Not anymore.
Totally kidding. Don't answer that.
Not anymore.
But I will tell you that was the number 1 pattern that I learned in childhood growing up. That was the number 1 thing that I had to break because it was destroying our relationship. So I know how to recover from that. I know how those childhood experiences impacts our relationships. One of the biggest things we see 75 to 80% of the time, these patterns are established in childhood because that's how we learn. We learn by watching those first relationships. Were our parents loving towards one another? Were they cold? Did they allow us to express our own emotions and our own needs?
Okay.
So the contempt piece was, I was really a pro at it. I was really, really good at
wow.
it.
Yeah.
And just one day,
Well, I think we
he's
get
like,
comfortable with each other, and then that person becomes like kind of the stomping grounds for some of our emotions, and it may not be directed at them, but yet it's directed at them. They get all the bad.
well, that's the interesting.
Because we're comfortable.
So we
I
call
guess.
them triggers, right? We get triggered by our partner, we get triggered by our spouses, but our triggers are never actually
Our spouse.
Our spouse.
Oh,
They are maybe the relationship we had before, or they go back to early in childhood, and physiologically our body just responds because we have these trigger buttons that were put in early on, and we just react. So one of the other pieces he found out in his research was that when we go into this state of fight or flight, when we go into, he called it diffused physiological arousal, that was another indicator when couples were constantly in that state, that was a big indicator of divorce. And again, that's those trigger buttons being activated from these past experiences.
Okay.
So you got to work through those then.
You do.
So are you marriage therapists, or are you just experts in your field wanting to help others?
So NLP is neuro-linguistic
Okay.
programming, and I'm a trainer of neuro-linguistic programming, and we've also gone through the Gottman training program. And so we use Gottman training, their methods in our own methods that we've created. So we've combined NLP and Gottman coaching methods together.
You see couples.
We do. We do workshops, we do retreats, we do online coaching, we do personal, private coaching, and we're actually launching a podcast that's going to be at the end
Tell
of
us
the month.
about that a little bit.
It's going to be launching at the end of the month. It's called Master Your Marriage.
Okay.
And we're going to tell all of our stories, the good, the bad, the ugly, and it's going to be
Start from the
vulnerable
beginning.
and real. And we're going to start at the beginning, and we're going to tell you all and how we overcame a lot of those things.
Awesome. But for now, this month, we could go to your website and find out, like, do we want some coaching in our marriage or some tips?
It's masteryourmarriagepodcast.com.
Okay.
And you can get all the information and actually give us your email address. We'll let you know when the first podcast launches, so you can get notified when it first hits. And also let you know if you want to look into some of the other offerings that we have, you can see it there as well.
Okay.
And there's some tools. There's a workbook and
There are some free tools and videos and downloads and
Okay.
yeah.
If you left us today with one tip, what do you think it would be?
Each of you, just one little tidbit.
You want to go? I already know.
First, go, you go.
I think it's important to establish those moments of connection,
Okay.
right? And learning not just what you think your partner loves, but really what their true unconscious love language is. So, and it's not nice, but I can touch her right here, right? And this brings a sense of calm. So when I come home, every time I come home, I hug her from behind and kiss her on the back of her neck.
Oh.
And she might melt, but that's every single time I come home, I do that.
But you have to learn what that thing
I was going
is
to say,
for your
because you
partner.
probably also couldn't tell him that was it.
You'll have to have us back and we'll teach you how to find out.
We'll teach you how to find out.
Yes, you have to come back. You have to come
Charlene,
back.
your tip.
Tidbit, yes.
I think it's similar, just that it really is the small things. I want people to take away the fact that it is actually much easier than you think, and it's predictable, and anyone can have an incredibly fulfilling relationship.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Thank you.
both.
That's good advice.
giving
Thank you
us hope.
so much.
Happy
For having us.
Valentine's.
This
Happy
was so fun.
Come back another time. There's more studio chatter coming up. Welcome back. I feel like we just finished a cruise on the Love Boat. Wow, what did we learn?
We did.
That was
It was
fun.
a show of love. I'm
Yes.
glad that we did this, guys.
So many fun things.
Yes.
What
I
did you-
love that we learned that the love sign isn't really this or this. It's actually this.
Yes.
But the better one was what? Pull it open and give it? Something like that?
Well, very good.
Oh, and another love language.
Oh, how lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
How lovely. Oh, I feel like we've just won something.
We're truly Grace right now. We're Miss
Yes,
Sunshine.
right?
Flowers, though, in the winter, like the
Thank
snow.
you. How lovely. Thanks,
So
guys.
kind. Thank you.
That reminds me, smelling flowers. Laughing Al Greenhouse posted this week on Instagram that if you want to take your pots in, do it in the month of February so they're ready for Mother's Day.
Oh my gosh, we're to that
Wow.
point.
We're to that
in life.
point.
Wow.
So there's that.
Okay.
And we were talking about shorts also. I mean, how quickly it goes
It
from
does.
like
It transitions
freezing,
from Christmas to spring.
right?
Yeah, thank
Flowers.
you, Pete.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
That's really
well,
nice.
Big Brat.
Yeah,
Yay,
thank
that
you. Yes.
Right.
Thank you, but I'm going back in, I think, getting those boots for
I think you should
for some
Stace.
Fiesta days.
Yeah,
That was
those are
cute,
really
and I
cute.
need a layer. I need
We
a
need
layer.
a layer more, right?
Add more.
It's just
Yeah.
so fun to shop.
It is.
All the time.
Yes,
like
it
all
is.
the time. And it was
True.
a
But
lovely,
it was-
lovely new store.
It's a cute little store.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yep.
really fun.
And Grace, we talked about Grace, and then we talked to the marriage counselors, and that's fantastic.
That was good information.
Yes.
Just that
They're
connection when
awesome.
you're crossing paths, just
Yeah.
listening, connecting.
Good
Yes,
reminders,
the small
right?
and
Yeah.
simple things.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
very good.
And then Dromedons, those two guys brought in some positive
Love, energy.
Yes,
Yes.
great energy, right?
Yeah.
And I really want to take my family to see SpongeBob because my son-in-law really enjoys that. And Taylor, I think that they grew up kind of
In that generation,
In that
yeah.
generation, so I think they'd really love that. But I think I'd like Diary of Anne Frank, even though that's like
A little
kind of
more
sad.
serious. Yeah.
But I think I'd like to see how they do
We'll
that.
have to keep our eyes open and try and go to
Yeah,
one.
that's really
Oh, just
awesome.
so
They were
good.
just cool guys.
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
Going
enjoy your
places.
Valentine's month, your month of
Likewise.
love.
Wear that jacket all month long, Natasha.
I am
Every day,
going
hey?
to. I
Pink
love
every
it.
day.
Every day.
Every
Because
day.
every color could go with that as you layer.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going
really
to.
cute.
Love it.
And you said you went in, I love this off screen. You said, I just said, what do you have pink in the back room?
Yes.
I've never done that. How you just know to do that?
She brought out a couple of great pieces. Actually, there was a sweater that I really wanted, but was just a tad too small. Yeah, they always have
she
great
did
things
ask.
in the back.
Everyone?
Every.
It's like the new stuff that
yeah.
they're not
I've
putting
never
out now.
asked.
Yes.
Or like one
You don't
pieces
ever
that are left
ask
over.
about things in the back
Never.
everywhere? Oh.
Never. That's like this is an
Unless
insider's
it's
secret.
like, oh, do you have another size in
Yes.
this? Like sometimes I'll ask that.
Yes, I'll say,
Yes.
hey, you have these two sizes. I need this one.
Natasha,
Usually
you've
they-
taught us something new today.
Usually the good things are in the back.
Wow.
We should put those out front.
So before we wrap up, and it's our Valentine's segment, what are you doing for grandkids, kids, spouses? Have you even thought it through?
Well, I did. Is it Lemon
Bakery? Lemon
Yes,
Tree
I did
Bakery?
order the sugar cookie kits. So I'm
Oh,
going to
that's
give one
fun.
of those to each family.
Oh, you're sweet.
And then I don't know what to do. I've done flowers in the past. I've done candy. I usually do a balloon and then do a sugar cookie.
I
don't
did
know.
a book for each of the grandkids, like a
Did you?
Valentine's love book.
Okay. And nothing to your kids. Just the grandkids now.
Heck no, adults, I am not giving
Right,
to adults.
right, okay.
So I
That's
have
kinda
this
where I'm
attitude,
going.
but then my kids say, but last year you did. I'm like, what was I thinking last year?
Right. So I'm like, family gift?
I
don't
think
know.
kids.
kids?
It's my
you know?
anniversary, so I'm kind of hoping that something comes in my direction.
Okay, we'll have to.
Tasha's not doing breakfast in bed for the children.
Well, no, usually the kids get a little something, and then the oldest child has a birthday the week after, so she usually.
Oh, it's a busy month.
It is a busy month, and we're already going to a soccer tournament, and so I don't
Got
know.
a lot going on.
Yeah, there is a lot going on.
Well, and sometimes I always think of the expectations. I don't ever want to do too much because then.
Yes, because then it becomes like another
Yeah.
Christmas. Like
Yes.
just a thought.
yeah,
Exactly.
There's a couple of things in the works. We'll put it that
Okay,
way.
we'll have a follow-up next show.
Okay.
Happy Valentine's.
Happy
You too.
Valentine's
Happy
Day,
Love Day.
everybody. Yes. Thanks for being here with us. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. If you learned something new, please tell a friend about us.